Good day, this is MACA.
Hello, MACA. This is Rob calling from Mongolia. How are you going?
Good, Rob. How are things in Mongolia?
Starting to cool down now. We've just had summer and we're starting to head to the cooler weather now.
Tell me, what are you doing there, Rob?
I am actually coaching cricket over here in Mongolia.
Really? Tell me. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, really. I'm working under the Australian Volunteers for International Development, under DFAT. And so that's a government initiative. They've sent me over here to help coach and bring the skills up in the cricket team over here.
A mate of mine, Brian Friedman, helps collect old cricket bats from clubs, around Australia that finish with their bats and balls and pads and bits and pieces, and he takes them. They send them over to Africa, to various countries over there. I think Kenya. I'm not sure where else, but I'm not sure. I could get the country wrong, but they do that. So, and how do you get gear to the good folk in Ulaanbaatar, Rob?
Yeah. Well, the Australian Cricket Association, or Cricket Australia, donated 150 kilos worth of cricket gear, and we had to bring it over, but they donated the gear. So we've got a lot of cricket gear, but we have a big problem with cricket bats.
Yeah, tell me.
What happens is recently, or the last few years, the boys have left the cricket bats in the container, and during winter, the cricket bat, the temperature gets to minus 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So when the summer comes around and they take the cricket bats out of the container, the cricket bats become really brittle. I'm not sure why it happens, but I think it's got something to do with the moisture content of the bat, the minus 40 degree temperatures. So this year we're trialling a new thing, and we're going to take the cricket bats and put them in storage in somebody's house.
Well, that sounds like a good idea, Rob. Yeah, no, I don't think anything appreciates being frozen to minus 40 for a couple of them. That'd be for months and months, wouldn't
it? Yeah, a couple of months at a time. Yeah.
So, Rob, tell me about how did this start? Why Ulaanbaatar? I mean, were they playing cricket or trying to play cricket, what's the story?
Well, the story is it was advertised under the Australian Volunteers program. There was a job there, and I applied for the job and managed to receive it. But cricket started in Mongolia several years ago by a gentleman by the name of Tolga or Batolga Gombo, who came to Australia to study and fell in love with cricket and brought it back to Mongolia.
And thereby hangs a tale, Rob. So, you actually, how many would be playing cricket in Mongolia, do you reckon?
Well, if we're talking adults, we're probably only talking about 4 teams.
Yeah.
When we're talking children, we have about 10 teams at present, and we've done little courses for about pretty close to 1,000 children so far this summer.
So, and what, you wouldn't be playing on turf pitches? It'd be what, cement or or dirt, or what's the story?
Yeah, because Mongolia has a permafrost, they can't get turf pitches to grow, so we play on AstroTurf over here. It's a little bit different, but we manage.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you do. So, and you teach them about bowling and batting, Rob, and is there more people? Are you just on your own, or what's the story?
I have a Mongolian counterpart who I'm his coach mentor. So he's the coach and I'm the mentor.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to teach him the finer skills. He understands the most of the skills in cricket, but I'm trying to give him the finer points of cricket.
I see. Well, and that's more power to you. Lots of countries around the world are playing cricket, aren't they? But I don't know how. What's the plan? I mean, is there a plan from Cricket Australia for the people of Mongolia to play cricket in some sort of competition, or?
Well, I actually work for MACA, the Mongolian Amateur Cricket Association, and their plan is to make it to the World Cup within the next 50 years. So part of my program here is to work with the university PE teachers so we can spread the gospel of cricket.
Oh, well, that's great. And you're loving it. How long have you been there, Rob?
I've been here a couple of months now, and I get home before it's too cold. I come home in November, so it shouldn't be too cold then. So only about minus 20.
Yeah, so they play in summer there. Are the summers as hot as the winters are cold in Mongolia?
We did have a couple of days that got up into the high 30s this year, so it does get warm.
But that's nothing. You couldn't play in winter, of course. Although
No, we do play in winter, but we're negotiating with some of the international schools to use their halls for indoor cricket.
there you go. So Rob, you're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying life there in Ulaanbaatar.
Yeah, it's a long way from Kangaroo Valley in New South Wales.
Well, it is. It is that. Yeah, but you enjoy it. And what's the food like?
It's just normal food. There's supermarkets just like the big supermarkets in Australia, and I live in an apartment in a 15-story building, and it's basically the only thing different is I ride a bike everywhere instead of driving now.
Right, but look, the important thing really is for Australians to know, Rob, can you get a decent coffee there in Ulaanbaatar?
Absolutely, you can get a decent coffee. There are these little shops around everywhere where you can buy decent coffee. Yeah.
Oh dear. Turmeric lattes, I suppose. Yeah, well, that's interesting, Robbie. Yeah, more power to you, mate. And we'll see you back in Australia, November sometime. Is that the story?
Yeah, early November I return to Oz, so it should be good.
All right, good on you. Nice to talk to you.
Lovely to talk to you. Okay, thank you very much.
And good luck to MACA.
Okay, no worries. Cheers, mate. Cheers, MACA. Bye.
Bye. See there, you didn't know that, did you? The Mongolian Amateur Cricket Association.